I'm drawing the loudest animal on the planet today. Yes, they are louder than a fighter jet. Hello and welcome back to my storytelling and drawing. We'll be talking about my second favorite animal today, the sperm whale. Sperm whale are toothed whales, and they do not have baleen plates that filter food like baleen whales. They have teeth instead, so they hunt for bigger food. Sperm whales have one blowhole just like any other toothed whales. I know sometimes most whales may look similar, but if you see sperm whale, you'll be able to tell straight away because they look very unique. They have a very long body that looks like a delivery box in the ocean. Sperm whales have very boxy head, very long body, and a small fin, which I find cute. The color of the sperm whale is gray and the skin is wrinkled, even in the baby. Female sperm whales will reach the sexual maturity at the age around 9. Unlike the male will be able to reproduce at the age of 9 to 20, but they don't really breed until they're in late 20s. Female sperm whales usually give a single calf every 5 to 7 years, which is quite a long gap. The female calf usually stay with the mom for a very long time. Sometimes she stay for her entire life. But the male calf would leave the pod when they are about 4 to 12 years old, and they're gonna be join another group of male, which gonna be called bachelor pod. These teenage male usually go up north in higher latitude until they mate in their late 20s. Older male usually seen live alone. Pod size of sperm whale varies. It can be from 15 to 20 whales, up to 50 sometime. I'll be thrilled to see that. So basically, they're everywhere in the world except near the Arctic. You know how whale migration is predictable, right? For example, we know that humpback whales in British Columbia would travel to Hawaii every year, but not sperm whales. They do move a lot, they do migrate, but it's unpredictable. It's like they just pop into this place and then they just pop to another place, or maybe they just randomly follow their food source. Sperm whales use echolocation to find food. Their favorite is colossal squid. Oh, we'll talk about squid. We're not talking about those little tiny one on our barbecue. This is a colossal squid, an enormous, massive squid that can grow up to 14 meters long, like two buses, just like the whale, and they swim at a high speed. These guys can take you down in the deep in split seconds. For this reason, sperm whale would dive very, very deep just to get the squid because they live in a very deep and pitch black part of the ocean. Sperm whale will use echolocation, which is called click, to create an image of what's in front of them because they can't really see in the dark. Well, we can't really see in the dark as well, but yes, sperm whale use echolocation. We never actually seen sperm whales hunt for these animals, but we seen a tiny piece of this poor squid in the whale's mouth. I mentioned earlier that they are the loudest animal on the planet, right? Yes, sperm whale click. Clicking means they will make a clicking sound as part of their echolocation to find prey, to get the sense of the image of the oceans and to communicate. Sperm whales create clicking sound from their boxy head. The sound wave just exit the head just like a beam of light that we can't see. It will hit whatever in front of it, and that's it. And the wave's gonna bounce back to the head of the sperm whale, and their brain it's going to kind of create an image of what they see. Either it's a colossal squid or a school of fish or even a tiny human. The click wave can travel miles and miles in the water. And you know what? I'll ask you one thing. Have you ever been to a rock concert? Like, to be honest, I've never been to a concert, but I know it's loud. So, the sound of a rock concert is around 100, decibels. And have you ever heard a fighter jet taking off? I heard this one. That's like 150 decibels. How loud do you think the sperm whale's click is? The answer is 230 decibels. And how the hell would you be able to survive 230 decibels? And in the water, it's even louder. It's going to be insanely loud. Scientists think that they pan fried colossal squid with those insane clicks. But do you know how intelligent they are? They would reduce the clicking sound, make it more gentle when they see us humans. Yes, they still do click toward us just to get a sense of what we are, creating image in their brain. They are a pretty curious animal, but they would still click, but the click would be more gentle and more soft. However, that sound could still vibrate a human body and it could for sure polarize someone for real. This is why I'm obsessed with these giants. They are very unique, they are very gentle, and they are very clever. Now, talking about sleeping, have you ever seen a sleeping sperm whale? I think many of you have seen on the internet it went viral for a few years ago. Think about it. When we are awake, we live vertically, we walk vertically, but we sleep horizontally. But hey, sleeping sperm whale, they sleep vertically and they move horizontally. They will keep the carve in the middle for the safety and they will take a nap for like 15 minutes. Look at them. They're just like a column pillars of Atlantis. Cetaceans, I mean, whales and dolphins are a conscious breather. That means they have to think to breathe. We don't. We automatically breathe when we unconscious or we sleep. So we are unconscious breather, unlike the whale, but we're a conscious eater because we think we need food, so we're gonna eat. Same for the whales. If they think they need to breathe, then they will come up to the surface to breathe. So when sleeping, sperm whales they sleep with half of the brain is sleeping, half of the brain is awake to keep its functioning to control the breath and keep being aware of dangers and predators around in the ocean. But the question is, do they just hold their breath while they are sleeping because they only sleep for a short period of time, which is like 15 minutes? I'm also curious about this because sperm whale can hold their breath really long. The highest record of sperm whale holding their breath is like 90 minutes, like 2 hours, because they have to dive very deep to find that favorite colossal squid as a dinner. And when they dive that deep and they hold their breath, their heartbeat is going to be it's going to beat like 4 to 6 times per minute. So it would be pretty easy for them if they want to hold their breath for 15 minutes and just sleep. So we're nearly ending the video of the sperm whale. Let's talk about the name. Sperm whale have all the right to get fussy about us calling them this way. Luckily, we call them different in Thai, which is Wan Hua Tui, which means routed hate whale. That would do more justice to them. Why are they called sperm whales? Okay, this link to the echolocation thing. In their big boxy heads, sperm whales have white waxy liquid called spermaceti, and this is very important organ used in echolocation. Sperm whales were hunted a lot in the whaling era because of this spermaceti. It was very pricey back then, this liquid, because it was used in cosmetic, candle making, and other stuff you can think of. Sperm whales would get killed and cut the head open to just to get the spermaceti. Lastly, I want to talk about how sperm whales are highly emotional intelligent. They are capable of feeling sad, angry, and happy. They even know empathy. So think about it. How sad would they be when they lost their family in the whaling era? We know this because their brain have large concentrations of what's called spindle cells, which seems that we have it too, along with other cetaceans, other whales, primates like orangutan, elephants. Sperm whales show some behaviors like caring for sick whale in the pod, building relationship, and having a very strong bond in the family. Sperm whales are still being studied in many ways, and we are trying to understand their language. If there are any more studies about these whales, I'll be talking about it again in Sperm Whale Part 2.